Okay guys, we are back today with the 98 Sentra, and this is going to be a final update, farewell video I guess if you want, just like all the other videos I make. But here it is, this is it. Didn't want to make the video this way, but unfortunately, if you own as many cars as I do at one point, you're going to get a few bad ones, one way or another. And this one is no exception. Unfortunately, it's been sitting for a little over a month. I really just hadn't really cared to mess with it. It's just been sitting. I really haven't put a whole lot of effort into trying to get rid of it. With that being said, the transmission, I believe, is going to need a rebuild or replaced. One way or another, the transmission is bad. The car still does drive, but it's just not, it's going to strand you at some point, and I really am not that inclined, nor really have the time or space to do it. So here is the 98 Sentra. It's finished. I finished it. I did everything I wanted to do to it for a $1,000 car. Put new headlight housings in it. I polished the paint out, did a 3-step on it, so the paint is like basically corrected. I mean, as you can see from the last video, the paint was so dull. This paint turned out so good. I had a little bit of C-quartz left from my Focus ST last year, so the hood is actually ceramic coated. And everything else is very perfect. I mean, the paint is so close to new. It's kind of funny, but yeah, looking at it, hubcaps were painted. They kind of flaked a little bit up front. The steel wheels itself, those were repainted as well. We have new front struts up front, and those only have 200 miles on them. The car needed them bad. Yeah, so I rotated the tires as well, so there's pretty much basically brand new Falcons up front. Put these rain visors on, of course. They're only like $18 on eBay, so this car really, I'm not losing any money. I'm actually kind of making money on this. Coming to the rear, the tires were kind of cupped from the bad suspension, but probably get another summer out of them. So, as I said, I had got rear-ended. If you saw in the video, that's what the car was. I got rear-ended, and I kind of got a good payout on that, so I actually made some money on this car, so I'm not too upset about it. It was a nice car. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna spend the time to fix it. So as I said, it's not perfect from being rear-ended. It's got a new bumper cover on it, and I rattle canned it, so there's that. It does have a trailer hitch. It would be nice for a bike rack. I did plan on using that this summer, but we had this car had different plans. So yeah, but not a whole lot. I just wanted to get a farewell video of it, and I know some of you guys have liked this car, and it is a cool car, but it's just for me, it's not worth it to fix. So here it is. It cleaned up really well. So we'll start it up real fast, and it hasn't been started in about, I'd say, a good month since I parked it. So I don't even know if the battery's gonna hold, but we'll see if it does. Wow, that's awesome. So it did start, as you can hear. So there is something going on with it, with the transmission, so who really knows? I'm not inclined enough to really figure it out. I'm sure one way or another I could get some buddies to help me, do the trans, but it's just, for me, like I said, it's not really worth it. So as you can see here, I did put this radio in. This is actually from my Buick LeSabre. It's a really bad radio, but it's a really nice radio. It pushes no power to the speakers, so in that token, the sound quality is horrendous. But you have 4 speakers, you're not going to get much quality out of it. So I basically liked it for the Bluetooth function, which was nice. And a lot of these older Japanese cars, they have their cup holders down here, so I did retain that. Though doing so, I had to kind of ghetto rig it on there, and that was a big hack job in itself. But you have cup holders, so that is pretty cool, and I didn't care. It's a 98 Nissan Sentra. I'm not taking no resale value away from this thing. Here's the ashtray. It's never been smoked, and I would say the people I bought it from were kind of weird, but they were definitely not smokers. But yeah, the previous owners kept it well. And that being said, I had a feeling maybe they had known something was going on with the car, but I had also put 3,000 miles on it really without any problems. So who's to say? Like I said, it's not a big loss. I mean, like I said, I actually had made some money on it, so it's pretty cool. Give it a little rev. So the engine, I gave it new plugs, wires, valve cover, gasket. We'll turn the headlights on. headliner is a little saggy, but it's, you know, it's a 21-year-old car. It's exceptional. So all the windows do work on it. Air conditioning even works on it. I was getting 35 miles a gallon in this thing, driving 80 miles an hour on the freeway. It was a joy to drive. It's a very humbling experience because knowing that a 2013 Volkswagen Beetle can knock you off the freeway in this, it's quite humbling. So you tend to stay in your own lane in this car and mind your own business. So we will pull the trunk latch if we can get it to latch and check out the front real fast. So we do have a halogen light over there and a LED right there. Those were $10 eBay LEDs. So you can take a guess, they don't last. So, and the company I bought them from was very sketchy. I tried to get a replacement and they said they were sending them and they never showed up. So do your homework, don't buy $10 LED headlights on eBay. But though these housings were 40 bucks, and that's the one, the halogen bulb that came in that housing. Looking under the hood, here it is, 1.6 liter, ticking away just fine. I have no problem. I would have no problem driving this engine cross country. Let's see if we can get that to delatch. Yeah, I have to open it with the key. From the accident, it did mess up the trunk latch. So with that, we'll take a look at the trunk real fast, and we'll end the video. Not a whole lot going on here. The headlights aren't all that bright, especially on low beam. They point towards the ground. I don't know if that's just the new headlight housings, but I leave them on high beam. So a little rev one more time. It's a raspy little engine, but it's such a joy to drive when it was drivable. So yeah, this car also, I don't know if I had mentioned in the last video, this car had lived in Colorado and Texas, in Maryland at one point. So here's a bunch of maps, actually, which was pretty cool, state park maps. So this car's been all over, you know, the west side of the country at one point or another. This map is from 2003, so as you can see, it's been some time since it's probably been on a longer trip, but out the back seat, and it also was in Maryland at some point, so probably around 04, as the sticker says. Little Nissan B14 sticker. Checking out the rear. A little too big for the back seat, but I threw the stock radio back here just in case the new owner, wants to throw it back in, and it is sold as of now. So if this video is up, the car has been sold and it's in its new owner's hands. I usually don't make out on cars I plan to buy and flip, but in this case, like I said, when I got rear-ended, it really did work out. So with that though, the latch did get damaged, but I was able to kind of pound it out a little bit for the latch to come out to obviously latch. So it's able to latch, so that's nice. That's all I wanted. I never had a trunk carpet. It does leak a little bit now since the accident. Who's to say it was not leaky before the accident? I don't know. So there's a little bit of water right there, but you know, what do you want for such a cheap little car? I bought a keyless entry for it, but this model actually doesn't have keyless entry, so anyways guys, here's the 98 Sentra one more time. It's unfortunate it had to come to an end like this. For all things considered, like I said, I made out. I'm not too upset about it. Just gives me another reason to find a replacement. So as usual guys, thanks for watching.